Hi bafethu, hoy. This is your boy Mthembu bafethu. This is Mzansi Political Journal. So guys, the Cyril Ramaphosa's term is coming to an end, guys. So as you know, in the ANC now, they're busy lobbying each other, one another. Abombalolo bafuna the president, baba. Abo Kwete, Abo Paul Mashatile, Abo Panyaza Losofi. Who do you think is the best candidate? Who do you think is the best candidate, guys, to run the ANC? Because that candidate will define if the ANC is dying or will rise up. Cyril Ramaphosa might be the last president of the country that comes from the ANC. So who do you think is the best candidate in that top 7 of the years? And that other guy that I forgot. Or in the ANC as a whole, in the NEC, there are maybe 80 members of the NEC. About Tony and I don't recall them very well. But the ANC bigwigs have something else in mind, and I think I support the strategy of the years, guys. The ANC bigwig are onto something. So the ANC bigwig aims to have Patrice Motsepe lead the party. The story is written by Tebogo Mokoena. Senior members of the African National Congress are reportedly shadow campaigning for billionaire Patrice Motsepe to be the party's next president. He's the best candidate, guys. Whether he goes to the DA, whether he goes to the Freedom Fund Plus, Patrice Motsepe is the best candidate to lead South Africa after Ramaphosa. I'm telling you the truth, man. That's how I see this thing. He took the Sundowns from a losing team, and now the Sundowns is a top team. Motsepe is not afraid to invest in what he believes in. He will probably invest in the youth. Guys, we need Motsepe. The NC actually needs Motsepe. And the country also, guys. So the party heads into its next elective conference, and the contenders for the presidency include Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, Deputy President Paul Mashatile, and Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesofi. Party's insiders envision an ANC with Police Minister Senzo Mchunu as the Deputy President and Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Moebuyane as the Secretary General, with Motsepe at the helm. So Mashatile is just an senior members of the African National Congress are reportedly pushing for billionaire Patrice Motsepe to be the next president of the ANC when it elects its next leader in 2027. According to the South African, ANC insiders have already envisioned Motsepe as the next ANC leader, with Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu as his deputy and Eastern Cape Mabuyane as the Secretary General. Some within the party consider Motsepe's potential candidacy as an opportunity for the party to be rejuvenated, his clean public record and management skill count in his favor. I'm telling you, he's the best candidate, Motsepe. Period. There ain't no leader in South Africa that should be the president after Ramaphosa except Motsepe. Anyway, let us continue with the article. Some have added that his experience in corporate governance could serve him well in political leadership. However, he is not the only contender for the throne of the ANC. Secretary General Fikile Mbalula also reportedly eyed the position of the ANC leadership. However, a leadership battle between him and Mashatile has been raging in the background. Substance, power. I'm not sure about Paul Mashatile, but he doesn't care about anything. He destroyed Transnet, he destroyed trains, courtesy of his handlers. Premier Panyaza Lesofi has been caught in the middle between the two. He has previously denied interest in any position within the ANC top 8. He said he was more interested in learning about leadership and did not have any aspiration to lead the ANC yet. He was lying. Remember, nobody wants to follow. Nobody was born to be a follower. Everybody wants to lead. There are very few people who reject leadership positions because leadership comes with power and power comes with opportunities. Netizens commenting on the South African Facebook post were disappointed in the ANC, and some discussed Motsepe's leadership skills in the political arena. Sandiso Clement Otlapo said, so it runs in the Motsepe, Khatebe and Ramaphosa family. They want to take turns in governing the party. They all want a piece of the pie called SA. They already rich man, these people, guys. There's nothing you can do. So stop complaining. Just let Motsepe run this country. Thabo Chabedi said, I support Sundowns and his success speaks for itself, but not as the president of South Africa. Who's better than Motsepe? Thabo? Come on, Tibos. Muzala Sinka said, ANC has departed from its mission. It is now a totally captured. Good job. Exactly. And you are damn right here, because Motsepe is one of them, man. He's one of the elite, but now I prefer him. He's one of them. He's handled by the Stellenbosch now. But for me now, he has a good heart, man. He's giving. Unlike Abu Ramaphosa, all take. For me now, he's the perfect for Motsepe. Muzala Singa said, ANC Gerald Jonker said he will not be a good candidate. He is already benefiting as the brother-in-law of CR. He benefited from pay. He benefited. He's always gonna benefit, man. He's already rich. Stop complaining about people's riches. Being rich is not a crime, but being rich and greedy, yeah, it is a crime. Riri Solomon said he should refuse. Politics is a dirty game. They want to soil his name. Yeah, they might spoil his name. Yeah, they might spoil his name. They might taint his clean image. Yeah, because very politics is a dirty game. They will be scandals coming out. Because I know something that he's. I shouldn't say these things. So this dirty laundry might come out to the public. It will come out to the public, obviously. I'm not gonna be surprised in a few weeks if some negative stories come up against Motsepe, because people are working in the background to taint other people's images who they view to be their opponents. That's politics for you. Motsepe re-elected unopposed as CAF leader. In a related article, Briefing News reported that Motsepe was elected as the Confederation of African Union CAF president of the second term in March 2025. The election took place in Cairo, Egypt. Motsepe first assumed office in 2021 and became the first English-speaking president. His presidency saw him launch the African Football League and an increase in the African Cup of Nations prize money. So the guy is a good leader. I'm telling you, Motsepe is a very great leader. But now, since he was elected this year for a second term, this might taint, might ruin his chances. It might ruin his chances of coming to South Africa and becoming a leader. Do you remember Nkosazana Dluma? He had to resign from the chair position of the African Union to come and fight for the ANC president, but it was too late because she didn't have time to campaign. So Motsepe might suffer from the same thing. He should have declined this second term from CAF and come and campaign inside the ANC. But I need you in the ANC, Motsepe, bruh. Even if the DA can take you, man, or whatever, for me, you're the best candidate currently to be the leader of the South Africa. However, guys, what do you say? What do you think, guys? What I'm saying is not gospel truth, obviously. I'm just saying my opinion. You can have your own opinion. Opinions are not facts. Anyway, guys, this is your boy Mzansi. This is Mzansi Political Channel. See you on the next video.